Good afternoon, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Today we're going to be starting things off with the Asia Cup that is just days away now, and Pakistan is facing India on the 28th. The preparation of all the teams are underway. The qualifiers are also taking place, and of course we know that the tournament is being played in a T20 format. Pakistan India on the 28th in Group A, and then of course we've got some interesting encounters. The qualifier teams are playing some competitive cricket, so whichever team's going to make it, it's going to be a very competitive Asia Cup. You can never rule out any team in a T20 format, and then already you've got Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan and India. It's going to be a very, very interesting Asia Cup and a treat to watch for all you cricket lovers as well. So we'll be talking about that and also some of the dynamics of all the teams that we can get a chance to talk about as well. Then moving on, it will be the Kashmir Premier League Season 2, where the playoffs have finally begun. Mirpur Royals have qualified for the KPL final after their qualifier 1 was suspended due to rain, but because of certain rules and regulations and their place was better on the points table, they've qualified for the final without the game even being played. And if you talk about Eliminator 1 tonight at 7 p.m. on PTV Sports HD, Overseas Warriors is going to be facing Kotli Lions. Moving on, we'll be discussing tennis. Pakistan women was just too strong for Tajikistan. It was the Billie Jean Tennis Cup, where we saw Ushna Suhail and Sara Mehboob both winning their singles clash, while we had Noor and Mehak overcoming their Tajik pair with ease in the doubles encounter. Pakistan is going to next face Turkmenistan in this competition. We're going to be discussing all of this on the show today. Time now to introduce the guests. First of all, in studios, we've been joined by cricket commentator and expert K. Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Wa alaikum assalam, I am good, Ahmed, thank you.
Great to have you on the show. We've also been joined by the undisputed king that he is, Hassan Hussain Qureshi. Assalamu alaikum, how are you, sir?
Assalamu alaikum, Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, Asif Bhai. Ahmed, I hope you're feeling well. It's lovely to see you back on the air.
Great to be here, alhamdulillah, and thank you very much for all the love and support and the praise. Now, we've got a bit of history today between Pakistan and India that we'll definitely take a look at as well, about the two teams going head-to-head in the Asia Cup. Let's take a look at this report and then come back.
All cricket matches between India and Pakistan keep the cricket fans glued to their TV screens and are the most watched events on the global sporting calendar. Another such event is around the corner as arch rivals Pakistan and India face off against each other at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium on 28th August during the T20 Asia Cup 2022. The Asia Cup 2022 will be played in the T20 format. This is the second time the tournament will be played in the shortest format. It was last held in the T20 format in Bangladesh in 2016, where India lifted their 7th Asian title by defeating the host by 8 wickets in the final. Consequently, Pakistan and India faced each other only once during the said tournament. Last time when the men in green met the blue shirts, they handed a meagre target of 83 runs, becoming the only test nation to score double figures in the T20 Asia Cup, which was easily achieved by the neighbours in 15 overs. Meanwhile, in the one-day international format of the Asia Cup, Pakistan and India have faced each other 13 times, with India winning on 7 occasions and Pakistan on 5. One game ended in no result.
Well, there you have it, a bit of history between these two sides and how they've gone head-to-head in this Asia Cup. K. Asif Ahmed, a very important encounter on the 28th. The stakes are very high for both the teams. Both teams have got problems of their own, and nonetheless, Pakistan and India is the biggest rivalry in the world of cricket and in the world of sports.
So, can I ask you one question?
No, sir, you cannot.
Please.
No, I'm not allowing any question today.
All right, let's talk about some favorite, who would be the favorite team. Of course, we're Pakistani, we're supporting Pakistan, and we want to see that the Pakistan standing as a winner. But the issue is with the Pakistan cricket team that we are relying mostly on Shaheen Shah Afridi, and there's a talk in town that Shaheen Shah Afridi is not in the side. But let's see that it could be not really good against India, because you know that Shaheen Shah Afridi got good record in India because is a left-arm fast bowler, and the Indian batters like KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma, even Virat Kohli, they struggle against left-arm fast bowler. But rest, if you talk about that, we got a very good side, and this is in Dubai, and we are pretty much familiar with the conditions, pitches, because Dubai and UAE remains second home ground for Pakistan, and we played almost 10 years home cricket there. So I'm quite sure that playing against India, definitely emotions are high, and expectations are high on the both sides. In India and Pakistan, both of the countries, the nations, they want to see their team winning, of course. For me, I would suggest Pakistan. What happened in World Cup, Pakistani players like Babar Azam and Rizwan, they were in a super notch touch. So I think if you are winning the toss and staging 190, 180 somewhere, could be a good total. Let's suppose if you are batting second, so come up with the same spirit and try to restrict them 150, 160. Though could be difficult, because you know that you'll be missing 4 hours of Shaheen Shah Afridi. But even then, I think you got a good strength. Naseem Shah is in good touch, and of course you are coming with Haris Rauf, Naseem Shah, and then of course 2 spinners.
That's a very important question at this stage. What is your question?
I wanted to ask you that, who is favorite?
In Pakistan, India?
Yeah.
Pakistan, of course.
Pakistan
is the favorite right now, because the world is going to a new dynamic after that Pakistan-India World Cup game. And I think it's a very interesting point, Hassan, that a lot of cricketers from all over the world, former cricketers as well, they've put their weight on Pakistan, even though they've said that Shaheen not being in the tournament is going to be helpful for other teams to try to win the tournament. But they've put a lot of weight on Babar Azam, that he is one individual who can single-handedly outclass India.
Absolutely, Ahmed. Yeah, and I think his performances speak for themselves. And considering that we have 2 of the world's highest-ranked batsmen for T20 cricket, T20 international cricket, I think we should definitely be confident. Look, any team will miss Shaheen, but India will be missing Jasprit Bumrah as well, who's a very important player for them. So I think we should go in with the mentality that we can, go ahead and compete and give it our best shot, and we should be very confident. I agree with Asif Bhai that it's good to see Naseem in touch. I was really happy with Mohammad Wasim's performance in the last game, Mohammad Wasim Jr. And if he can continue that, because he brings runs with the bat, and he bowls with a bit of pace, hopefully for us it's just about making sure that we follow, the format that we've been following when we've been playing T20 cricket, and it works out for us. I don't think India right now are as confident as they would have been some years ago. The last game that we lost to them in the Asia Cup in the UAE was a while ago. Both teams are very different right now, and like you said, they have troubles of their own. So people are banking on Babar Azam. Shaheen is a big miss, but it's really nice to see Naseem coming through and Wasim coming through, and hopefully one of them can step up in Shaheen's absence.
That's very important that we see this happening. And of course, if you look at dynamics of both teams, they've got problems of their own, and they're trying to figure some combinations out of their own as well. But I'll definitely continue this discussion further. But I'll just want to go towards a short break. I'll be right back. Right, we're having some technical difficulty. Let's just go towards a short break. But when we come back, we'll discuss this further. Right, welcome back. Asif, Indian side right now, we've discussed Pakistan a lot and we've discussed the players as well. But we need to explore the Indian combinations as well. Surya Kumar Yadav is in the form of his life right now. KL Rahul is struggling a bit. Rohit Sharma's there. His record is tremendous in white ball cricket. Although against left arm seamers he struggled, but they're not there anymore. Yes. So he's got a plus point. Then they have to adjust Virat Kohli into the equation and then Hardik Pandya. What would you like to say about this Indian side and the combinations they might go with?
This is what I'm just checking, and just coming before the show, I was just seeing that if you see that side, Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, Surya Kumar Yadav, Rishabh Pant, Deepak Huda, Dinesh Karthik, after a long time, he's in good touch and he's in the side. And then Hardik Pandya and Ravindra Jadeja, Ashwin, Chahal and Ravi Bishoni. Bhuvneshwar Kumar. I think this is the perfect side. And if you are taking, just see that they do not have Jasprit Bumrah. Of course, you know that he is the best bowler. I'm talking about the best bowler who could bowl nicely in death overs, bowl perfect Yorkers. So India will be missing, of course, then. But I think overall, it's a very good
But
combination.
him not being there, does it make things easy for us as well at the same time? Because I think he's one bowler against who Pakistan can struggle in any condition. Otherwise, if it was swing conditions, then probably Kumar and Shami. But if he's not there, can we expect that we can perform better as far as our batting is concerned?
We could take advantage of this. Why? You know that if we talk about the middle order batting Pakistan, probably Asif Ali will be playing, probably Khushdil Shah, and there's a debate that either Haider Ali playing or not. Let's suppose if Khushdil Shah and Asif Ali playing, I think that they could handle the Bhuvneshwar Kumar and the rest of the bowlers. Yes, so I think Pakistan can get the advantage. But on
Does
the other
India
side,
also have a problem with depth bowling in the
yes,
depth overs?
if there is no Jasprit Bumrah, yes, they could suffer. Of course, that 4 hours means a lot in T20 cricket. It could change all the scenarios. Even 6 balls could change the scenario. So we're talking about the 4 hours of Jasprit Bumrah. But even I think that the Indian team is got plenty of experience, that, and Virat Kohli is not captain, but whenever he's in the side, he's not in the form for a long time. But you know that even then, he got the rest of the sides, they will get immense pressure that even Virat Kohli is there, he's not performing. But when he is in the team, India takes advantage of Virat Kohli, even sitting in the dugout, giving some confidence to the rest of the players. So Jasprit Bumrah factor could be not harming India, but Pakistan can get the advantage.
Well, I always say we have a competition against ourselves. Hassan's joined us once again. Hassan, what kind of dynamics will the Indian team probably be going with now? Because obviously not having the likes of Bumrah is a big blow in your starting overs, the opening overs, and then as far as the depth bowling is concerned. They've got quality still in their bowling lineup, but obviously Pakistan, because of the better confidence they're carrying, can negotiate it.
And also, I think, Ahmedji, we need to look at the fact that recently the same Indian bowling attack did actually have a tough time against teams like Ireland, with the greatest of respect to them, in the death overs in both the white ball one-day games and T20 games. So that could be, as Asif Bhai said, something Pakistan need to target, especially with Khushdil, with Asif. And then, of course, there are some bad memories from the last T20 World Cup in the UAE, but there's some very good memories also. Asif Ali finishing off games against Afghanistan and New Zealand, that will give the Pakistani players some confidence. And if it's not swinging, Bhuvneshwar Kumar is not always someone the Indian team want to see bowling in the death overs. So do they try and shuffle that around? So I think they're going to try maybe to go with a pace-heavy attack. Do they play Bhuvneshwar? And if there's no swing, he becomes someone who you can target a little bit. Last time we saw, people talking about the mystery spin. And once our players realized that there wasn't much spin in the mystery, they went after him. So I think as long as we're attacking them and on the front foot and being aggressive like we were the last time around, then without Bumrah, they don't really have anyone who stands out as the kind of bowler who can take the Pakistan batting on his own.
But Hassan, the key over here, because of the conditions and not having Shaheen Shah Afridi, is to expect that probably the only way, like you mentioned, is to play fearless cricket. But at the same time, you will just have to bat well. I think that's the only thing we can say for Pakistan.
Absolutely. And I think Pakistan might mentally think again, it would probably be easier to chase knowing what score you have to go after. So might look at it like that. You have to bat very well. And this is where it's important that for Pakistan, Asif Ali and Khushdil Shah are able to repeat their PSL, heroics. I think we should take a punt, Ahmedji, and send Shadab in early. He's shown in the PSL that he can come out to bat at 4 and really go after the bowling. And if it doesn't work out, you still have enough batsmen going on later. So we have to be aggressive. We have to be attacking. And you're right. If we bat well, the confidence will surge through the team, whether we're batting first or second. And I think India will be hoping that they don't let us bat well, rather than worrying so much about our bowling.
Asif, what's the key that we see here? Pakistan obviously would be comfortable chasing against India, and at the same time, we do know that India is a phenomenal side that can chase. Obviously, defending totals has not been one of their fortes mostly over the years.
See, lately we had a fantastic World Cup in UAE, and we were beaten India in a super classic way with the 10 wickets. And I think that for the entire life, for the entire era, they will be remembering this absolutely amazing defeat. So I think Pakistan is in confidence. There is, as Hassan Bhai said, that if 2 or 3 players are performing well, as if Shaheen Shah Afridi is not there, no issues at all. Rest of the players, Babar Azam, Mohammad Rizwan, and then in the middle order, Asif Ali. You know that I'm not a big fan of Asif Ali, but the way he played in World Cup, it was fantastic.
But he's a big fan of K. Asif. He is, I'm telling you.
See, so we require 3 to 4 match-winning innings and performances, if I could say, yeah. So 2 match-winner bowlers, 2 match-winning batters. So I think that Pakistan will be in good position against India. Rest, I think Pakistan can manage to win, not in the easily way, but if they could just do not lose the confidence and just concentrate on the positivity. So I think that day would be Pakistan's day.
Definitely. We want it to be that because obviously we're on a better side as far as a confident nation is concerned against India now in a cricket match. But Hassan, one thing we can look at this silver lining is obviously Shaheen's injury is serious and he's not part of this anymore, but obviously we want him to make a comeback very soon. Is that it's time that we eliminate our dependency like this. Although he's fantastic, once in a blue moon you see a talent in a player or a bowler like this, a remarkable, all the praises for him. But for other guys to shine and for Pakistan to figure out that, look, Shaheen can have a bad day even on the field. And you've got to make up other superstars as well who can perform for you in any format.
Absolutely, Ahmedji, and I think, Shaheen's bad day last time around was the semi-final, and everyone was just sitting there, being very unfair on him because he's human at the end of the day. This is an opportunity for other players to step up. We absolutely have to reduce our dependency, and not just Shaheen. We need the other batsmen to come to the fore and reduce the pressure and reduce the dependency on Babar. So that's the hallmark of a great team, when they're, like Asif Bhai said, 4 or 5 match winners all contributing. So you want Shaheen there. Every Pakistani cricket fan wants Shaheen there. But if he's not there, this is an opportunity for Naseem, for Hasnain, for Haris Rauf, who I think a lot of people are maybe not forgetting that, how well he performed last time around at the World Cup. And Haris can be that trump card with his pace and with his know-how and with the fact that, he's a PSL champion with Lahore Qalandars. So I think these guys now know that they have to step up in Shaheen's absence. And if they can step up and perform, and then we know we have Shaheen coming back, then inshallah Pakistan cricket is in rude health.
Can I continue?
Yes,
Yes, really important. When we talk about Haris Rauf and Shaheen Shah Afridi is not there, so all the responsibilities being a senior player, Haris Rauf must be coming up with the positivity and avoiding extras. And he, he used to bowl on the leg side mostly after 3-4 deliveries. If you see after 1 over, 2 overs, that so you would have to avoid these line or length. He just bowl, batters like KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma. They're pretty much strong on the leg side, on the onside. So avoid and just try to concentrate to bowling on the wicket to wicket and try to hit the middle stump and the off stump. So I think if Haris Rauf is coming up with an economy of 5, 6, even 7 is better. So I think Pakistan could get good results.
This really matters, right, Asif? If you look at the run rate in UAE, then the average scores at the Dubai Cricket Stadium, then the modern dynamics of cricket where no total is safe, in T20 especially. So it becomes very important for any side, and that's why we can probably expect that the toss is going to play a big role.
Yes, that's right. In what happened in the World Cup, yes, that team winning the toss, they decided to bowl first and they just went for the chase. I think that most probably same thing will be happening because the environment is not changed as much as we were expecting, because it's now August, September, and let's suppose it's a hot days in UAE. The weather is not really changed. So the team winning the toss, they must going for the batting first, or if there is any, if the match is on the second time, let's suppose after 7, 8, so might be they will go for the bowling first, might be there slightly issue of dew, but I don't think so it would be affecting.
That's very important, and obviously the toss really becomes very important when we look at this entire scenario and for the game to progress as well. But Hassan Qureshi and K. Asif Ahmed, thank you very much for joining us on Sports Extra. Always great having you on the show. Always great discussing this as well. We'll go towards a short break. Welcome back to Sports Extra. Now we're discussing Season 2 of the Kashmir Premier League in Muzaffarabad. The playoffs have finally started in Qualifier 1. Unfortunately, we couldn't have a game. The match was suspended, called off due to rain, and because of that, the Mirpur Royals have qualified for the finals. They're the first team to reach there as well. We've got an eliminator at 7 p.m. courtesy weather and ground conditions permit play to happen as well. To discuss this further, we've been joined on Sports Extra by cricket expert and coach, somebody who was there throughout the KPL as part of the management of one side as well, the Hawks. We've been joined by Syed Mohammad Awais. Assalamu alaikum, Awais. How are you?
Assalamu alaikum, Ahmed bhai. How are you?
Very well, Awais. First of all, congratulations to you on a stellar tournament as well. Unfortunate that you guys couldn't make it further, but job well done on a personal note to you and your entire management as well. And really proud to see that the entire process has been smooth. Now, if we talk about the game itself, unfortunate it couldn't happen, but what can we say? The weather in Muzaffarabad has been tough.
Oh, it has been disturbing over here, the weather specifically, because I'm in, it's a mountain region, you know, and it's not easy even when we check on the weather forecast, because it says that it's not going to rain, but next hour it starts raining. And today's match, I would say it could have been a cracker over here, but it has been raining from morning. And if you just watch out right now, it's cloudy over here and expected around 83-82% still rain till night. So it would be, I feel so that the next match even might be ineffective over here, because this tournament, if you just watch it, Ahmed bhai, has been playing more with the rain affected, because I mean you saw many even in the last previous match, the yesterday match which we lost, I mean because of rain the overs was cut to 18. So this has really been an exciting tournament, and specifically because of rain, the run rate of the tournament for the teams, I would say, has been interesting to watch. I mean, because I remember once we were top on the table, we lost 2 matches. The pool was open again, and Rawalakot Hawks, I would say, because and Muzaffarabad Tigers, remember, they were one of the favorite teams to win the Kashmir Premier League, because we are even the last year champions, but we are still out of the tournament. I mean, it has been an interesting tournament, I would say.
Great competition that we were able to see in the games that did progress as well. Now that, of course, the Royals have qualified for the final, so we've got 2 other teams participating in the eliminator. Probably not calling it the favorite, but which side has probably impressed you the most as far as their cricketing ability is concerned?
Ahmed, I'll tell you one thing. If you just watch out the whole teams, I mean, I know Coatley hasn't been performing well, but their bowling was exceptionally well, I would say. They haven't conceded much runs. If you just watch out throughout, I mean, the Kashmir Premier League, the bowling has been superb. Specifically, the spinners have been doing a great job. Overseas Warriors, I would say it's a good team unit, because I remember they played that last match against us, which they won. It was a proper team unit with a proper calculation and proper, I would say, mindset. They were positive mindset and intent. And every cricketer in that team had the intention that, yes, we need to win it, because I remember last year overseas were at the last position and they were nowhere near to any team. But this is, if you see that team, I mean, they're a different team over here. I personally feel so that it would be Mirpur Royals versus Overseas Warriors, and it would be an interesting match to watch. But Mirpur has been doing exceptionally well. Shoaib Malik has been leading the side well. I saw Shoaib Malik on that day. He even was pumped up. He was angry on the guys, because I've never seen Shoaib Malik being much angry in the matches, but that showed that he's hungry to win the Kashmir Premier League, because this tournament would be obviously 100%, I would say. I know the Asia Cup team has been selected on, but obviously I feel so for the World T20, many of the selectors will be eyeing their hope on the cricketers, how they perform in this tournament.
Definitely. Syed Mohammad Awais, thank you very much for joining us and giving us the latest of details on the Kashmir Premier League. Of course, an Eliminator 1 is taking place at 7 p.m. courtesy of the weather and ground conditions. You can catch the action live on PTV Sports HD, while Mirpur Royals have made it to the final of the Season 2 of KPL. Now talking about the Billie Jean Tennis Cup, where Pakistan have performed exceptionally well. We will be talking about this in detail. We've been joined by one of the participants of Team Pakistan and somebody who won her doubles match with her partner Noor. We've been joined by Mehak Khokar. Assalamu alaikum, Mehak. How are you? Mehak, can you hear me? Well, of course, as we just told you, we're having some technical difficulties to try to get Meg there. The Billie Jean Tennis Cup took place where Pakistan managed to perform exceptionally well. We won both the singles encounters and then, of course, the doubles as well. It was a side affair that Pakistan has been performing brilliantly there. Our girls were just too strong for Tajikistan. We had Ushna Suhail and Sara Mehboob both winning their singles clash, while Noor and Mehak overcame their Tajik pair with ease in the doubles encounter. Pakistan is next going to be facing Turkmenistan in their next encounter of this Billie Jean Tennis Cup. Pakistan women have beaten Tajikistan in their encounter of the Billie Jean Tennis Cup. Ushna Suhail and Sara Mehboob both won their matches, which were of course singles affairs against their Tajik opponents, and of course Noor and Mehak had beaten their opponents in the doubles encounter, and they of course won there as well, making sure that Pakistan beats Tajikistan. Next up for Team Pakistan is Turkmenistan in this competition. Right, Meg, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right, we've been joined by
Can you hear
Meg Coker, one of the participants and the members of Team Pakistan who's won. She won her doubles encounter as well. Meg, first of all, congratulations to you and Team Pakistan. How were the games?
Thank you. Yeah, everything's great here. It's there's a lot of international teams here, and we're really happy with the win that we got yesterday from Pakistan. It's a huge confidence booster, and it really it's always a blessing, alhamdulillah, and a pride to be able to represent Pakistan internationally and to win for them, more importantly, internationally. Next up, we've got Turkmenistan in this prestigious tournament, so we're just looking forward to that. And Tajikistan was the host nation, so beating them was, it was a pretty good feeling.
Talk us through your Tajik opponents in your doubles encounter as well, and obviously the quality that you saw from the singles participants as well.
Well, the Tajik opponents, all the players here, they're pretty solid. A lot of the players here actually play in the professional circuit all year round. Before they come in to play this tournament, they make sure that they've trained really well months before. We didn't really have that opportunity, but the other teams definitely have. All the players that play here, they're very solid. That's why they're a part of the national team. Becoming a part of the national team is not an easy thing. You have to play trials. You have to be the best in the country to make it in the team. So, the players here are of really good standard, really good quality. So, it's definitely a great experience playing against them.
Definitely, and of course, going into your next round now, how are the preparations? Of course, you know that you're practicing right now as well.
Yeah, well, we just had a day off, and I just took a little bit of time off between my practice to do this. We came in the afternoon. We hadn't slept in because the matches are usually in the morning, so we finally got to sleep in today. We had a really long journey here, and now we are just practicing at the moment, getting prepared for tomorrow. But yeah, I think we're just gonna give it our all. You can't exactly practice really big one day before the match, but we're just gonna give it our all, try to do our best that we can for Pakistan, and of course, to raise the flag high. But let's see how it goes tomorrow.
And your combination with Noor, of course, in the doubles, how's the communication going and how's the combination?
Yeah, that's a huge thing in doubles, communication and how many times you play with your partner. And, of course, when it comes to coaching and, being strong at the net, being strong at the baseline, being aggressive in doubles, good serves, that all makes a huge difference. So, that's going well. I guess the more time you spend on it, the better it gets. So, everything just gets better with time and more practice, I would say, definitely.
So overall, the confidence in the camp of Team Pakistan must be on a high right now.
Well, it's getting better. I think against Mongolia, we weren't well rested, and we got a tough draw actually. First match, and it was Mongolia is probably one of the most solid teams here. We had to play them right away. We weren't exactly fresh, but I think playing them, them being the first team that we got to play, was a really good thing for us to open our hands up to get used to all the conditions and everything. So I think that was great, and so I think that really paid off when we played against Tajikistan, and I think it's just going to get better with time, hopefully. Let's see what tomorrow can bring.
Where are the areas where you think that you on a personal level want to work on more right now?
Well, honestly, I would say because I had been out of the game for quite a little while since COVID happened, I would really want to get my fitness back to where it was 2 years ago. I think that was, we know tennis is very physical. And even over here, when you see the players, you see that their movement is just, it's miles apart from a lot of our players' movement and fitness. I think that's what really separates us. So yeah, I would just really want to get my fitness level back up, get my strength back up to where it was 2 years ago. So that's definitely where I will want to work. And then of course we've got tactics when it comes to points, and the game is changing and evolving so much with time that everything is tactic based now. So I'd really like to add more tactics into my game.
Definitely, definitely. Well, all the best to you and the rest of the team, and we're rooting for you against your next opponents as well.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Emma.
Thank you. Right, that was Mehak Kokar. She's part of Team Pakistan, playing in this Billie Jean Tennis Cup as well. They've beaten the home nation. Now they're up against their Turkmen opponents as well. Sara Mehboob, Ushna Suhail, Mehak Kokar and Noor have all won their matches. And of course, we're rooting for Team Pakistan. That wraps up today's show. Join us tomorrow once again. From me and the entire team, it's goodbye for now.